Hi, thank you for attending this session. I'm Baram Zetafard, Oracle Exadata and ZDLRA Product Manager. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about how our clients leverage Exadata and ZDLRA. Exadata is the ultimate platform for database consolidation. ZDLRA is the most advanced database recovery platform with the RPO, RTO, and security that cannot be matched by any other solution. All around the world, thousands of our clients are running their mission-critical databases on Exadata and protecting them with ZDLRA. This is the sentiment to platform's performance, security, reliability, and its low total cost of ownership. It's a fruit of years of software and hardware innovation with one target in mind, making the Oracle database as fast as possible. In comparison to last generation of Exadata, the new version almost doubles read IOPS as well as scan throughput. For the increased performance, no application changes are required. X9M capacity has been increased by over 20%, memory and cores by over 30%. We bring low double-digit microsecond latencies at the time that our competitors still talk about milliseconds. Exadata platform is the hardware that powers ZDLRA, as well as ExaCC and ExaCS. In the next few minutes, however, we'll focus only on Exadata and ZDLRA on-prem. Average car is made of about 30,000 parts, which is about 12 billion pieces, a billion metric ton of parts per year per average factory. That's over 40 million parts per day that needs to be sourced, delivered, managed, and paid for. Among many processes, Oracle Exadata is there to make sure all the parts arrive on time, assembled on time, yields calculated instantaneously, and financial reports generated. Exadata is used to report health and safety issues, security audits, as well as planning employee training, shift assignments, and hourly departmental rotations. Oracle ZDLRA is the insurance policy when needed. SCM, VCP, HCM, CRM, and financials have been a common use case for Exadatas. But now some of our clients use Oracle Exadata to collect and analyze sensor information from vehicles and surrounding environments, such as traffic lights, pedestrian and bicycle paths, as well as environmental metrics. By using Oracle AI and ML, the best travel path that is predictable, safe, and without stress would be available to the driver, or in some cases, to autonomous driving systems. I cannot imagine a world without fast, reliable, secure, and inexpensive internet. Imagine how our lives would have been without fast internet during recent pandemic. Without data collected in Exadata and fast analytics, it would have been difficult for ISVs to provide capacity where needed, do the repairs before outages, or proactively upgrade the infrastructure, keeping young customers happy so that they can enjoy their education remotely. Oracle ZDLRA is helping them with an assurance that data is protected indefinitely for audits. Oracle Exadata is there to collect internet usage data and send financial statements and reports and monitor malicious activities. Our clients are implementing 5G by analyzing priorities, sourcing parts, equipment, staff, and scheduling the project using databases running on Exadata. Did you know most of handheld devices are activated using Exadata? Mega construction projects, Exadata is there to enable PPM applications, alter critical path in seconds, as well as tracking issues, creating repair workflows, business analytics, and scheduling. In a world that cybersecurity and specifically ransomware is threatening every business, ZDLRA protects the data and recovers it fast with no data loss. We are living in an era that technology allows us to harness inexpensive and sustainable energy. This is great. But it doesn't make sense to focus only on generation of clean energy. We also need to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Oracle Exadata and ZDLRA, with their extremely low latency and high throughput, save our environment by reducing power and cooling required in comparison to other platforms. Oracle Exadata and ZDLRA are built on the highest standards with the highest quality, and they last for a long time, and they all are upgradable. They're also made with recycling in mind. Oracle collects 2.5 million pounds of old hardware annually for recycling. We're looking for your tradings for recycling as well. We're committed to power our entire global operations by renewable energy by 2025. We're leveraging analytics run on Exadata, and Exadata platform is at the heart of operations to achieve that goal. Speaking of energy, smart meters are everywhere, including our homes. Thanks to IoT, our clients use real-time data analytics in Exadata to provide graphical reports that, in industrial scale, factories use to manage their power requirements. Exadata is used by major utility distribution companies to redirect energy within the grid, and power plants use it to change the production patterns as needed. Our clients adopting Oracle Exadata to reduce loss of perishable items and in turn help our environment as well as their bottom line. They also leverage Exadata to secure and efficiently deliver the goods that the consumers actually want. Oracle Exadata reduces design cycle by providing the fastest business decisions to reduce costs and increase profits. Oracle Exadata customers run their analytics sometimes hourly to collect the sales data and run as many scenarios as possible at any given time to replenish inventory where they are needed the most. Shipping is as complex as VCP. ERP systems are behind packaging and labeling instructions that are sent to the warehouses. Databases used to consolidate shipment according to individual packages' weight and dimensions. And they're used to calculate the cost and the delivery times. Our clients use the power of Exadata to calculate optimal shipping sizes, packaging material, and even calculate the right center of gravity for air cargo, all real time. The last-minute additions to shipping boxes or containers or changes of delivery addresses or even cancellations are always permitted anytime at no cost, thanks to Exadata's speed. Gamers had to wait for hours to be able to log in to download latest versions of the latest releases at one of our clients. It made them very frustrated. Customer satisfaction was at the bottom. Oracle Exadata came to the rescue. 4-hour delays to log in became less than a second, and 2 hours wait for payment became instantaneous. Speaking of payments, Exadatas around the globe used in most of the major financial institutions. Using Exadata in one of our clients, they do 80 million transactions per hour at peak hours, about 500 million transactions a day. That is over 50 billion secure and encrypted at rest and transit DB calls per day. ZDLRA, in a matter of minutes, provides reports that the data is securely saved for future and for the audits. Exadata and ZDLRA are the backbone of data collection and analysis major exchanges and markets. Our Exadata clients track market trends, do transactions, as well as protecting against malicious activities. Security is as important as the trading itself, so does the audit trails. I've always been fascinated by aviation and space technologies, and although I spend a lot of time in an airplane, I still look up when I hear one. A client of ours sources over 6 million unique parts per airplane. Parts must arrive on time as the floor space is scarce. Every single part automatically is scanned and entered in the databases, and according to that, in real time, the production gets prioritized. This marvel of VCP, PPM, HCM, and financial analysis that runs on Oracle Exadata is as elegant as their auto-dimming windows. Malfunctioning screens and long-haul flights are a challenge. As soon as reported, a chain of activities starts. The ground technicians are called to diagnose the systems remotely. Parts from the closest depot are shipped to the destination, and repair manuals are uploaded to their handheld devices. In a brief stop between the flights, the system is repaired and ready. One of our clients uses Exadata to manage about 10 million devices in over 5,000 aircrafts globally. That is the power of SCM, HCM, PPM using Oracle Exadata. As much as I like flying, I don't like going to the doctors. You're at the lab before your visit to your physician. Have you noticed how many consumable parts are used? Exadata is used for value chain planning to make sure every time you're at your local lab, you get the test done as fast as possible. A client of ours manufactures and distributes over 1 billion consumable parts, million distinct SKUs per year. Supply chain management, business analytics, and financials are done all in Exadatas. In some of our large clients, all the lab results as well as all the X-rays, CT scans, MRI reports have been uploaded to electronic medical record databases in Exadata before you arrive at your physician's office. Thousands of healthcare staff have a secure and real-time access to the data they need. In this field, everything is just for your eyes only. All the remedies tailored by unique financial and physical requirements of each individual thanks to extensive real-time analytics in Exadata. Clients can be comfortable knowing that their privacy is protected by Oracle Exadata and ZDLRA. Fitting 100 million transistors in a millimeter by millimeter is not difficult enough. Our customers consistently have to deal with low initial yields. It takes months to increase yield from low single digits to low double digits. It takes even longer to get to high double digit yield. It means millions of dollars are wasted between the initial tape-out to the commercialization of a chip. Oracle Exadata empowers many major foundries to reach higher yields in a short amount of time by real-time analytics. ZDLRA effectively helps them with application release management too, replicating databases with primary DB intact, allowing the analysis continue uninterrupted at all time. Scanners on RFIDs have solved data entry at immigration offices. But what about the history of a traveler? Before pandemic, every day there was about 250,000 travelers to the US alone. The travel documents have to be checked several times during a trip. Oracle Exadata powers traveler screening in a lot of regions in the world, and reports are instantaneous. As electronic systems become common, we're becoming more impatient and we want everything done right away. Oracle Exadata behind the scene analyzes the travel patterns, checks the securities, and creates new records and reports. Import and export of goods are as important as passenger travel. It's time consuming, and Exadata easily accelerates the process, and ZDLRA protects them. Speaking of travel, our clients use Exadata for hotel, airline, rental bookings, managing payments, room allocations, and point-of-sale activities. Behind the scene, they analyze the seasonal traffic and hire additional staff, source all the consumables, manage all the services, and plan all the repairs required. Some international airports are larger than an average city. Managing operations are very complex. Just imagine the number of consumables required alone. Thousands of staff, security, fuel and parts delivery, baggage handling, and even parking payments. That's where Exadata comes to rescue for smooth operations. One of the earliest adapters of Oracle Exadata is insurance industry. While we're all familiar with policies and sometimes unfortunately claims, behind the scene there are risk management and statistical analysis that must be done non-stop. Every second to calculate risk and liability counts. Analytics are done at the fingertips of insurance companies, whether it's minor fender bender or an unfortunate natural disaster. Oracle Exadata helps them with fraud detection instantaneously, as quick queries can detect claiming patterns or prescription drug violations. Is there anyone who doesn't like speed? I certainly do. Do you recall the comeback of our America's Cup team during Oracle Open World in San Francisco? That was the result of a teamwork of some of the best athletes in the world. Oracle Exadata analyzes the data from sensors as well as wind direction, tide, temperature, and other parameters in seconds and provides them real-time info during trainings. It also helps them design a faster boat. Have you seen lately how many times our F1 partners were on podium? I can proudly name one of our major clients. That's Oracle. We're a global leader in software and hardware and use Oracle Exadata platform in all forms. Exadata powers our engineering, sales analysis, human capital management, payroll, supply chain management, value chain planning, yield analysis, scheduling, bug tracking, change management, customer relationship management, financial analysis, security, environmental assessment, training. You got the point. I think our financial results speaks for itself, isn't it? Let's just add that the databases are always protected by ZDLRA too. We bet our future on our Exadata platform. Hope you're doing the same too.
Hello. In the last few slides, Behram discussed about the business critical needs that depend on Exadata. Going forward, let's look at instances where Exadata made a tangible impact on our customers when they adopted and installed Exadata on their premises. But before moving forward, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Tapan Samadar, and I am the Director of Global Strategy and Outbound Product Management for Exadata and ZDLRA. In my role, I'm focused in helping customers to realize that by adopting Exadata on their premises, it can enable them to reduce cost, improve operational efficiency, and help provide a better experience to their customers. Let's start with Entity Docomo, which serves 73 million wireless customers. Entity adopted Exadata on their premises to run their mobile billing system. By moving to Exadata, they reduced the daily installation related operating cost by about half, and the number of facilities needed to support those operations reduced from 350 to 30. And one more thing, their system's performance decreased by a factor of about 10. Another leading customer using Exadata on their premises is Halliburton, the world leader in oilfield services. Their Oracle database environment was built up over time and had 9 different vendors. Halliburton was having performance and stability problems, and it was difficult for them to pin down the problem on a specific vendor. Halliburton then moved to Exadata, which allowed them to achieve a stunning 6 times performance gain at the database level and 25% increase in the applications level. And if importantly, their stability problems went away. Next, let's turn our focus to a developing nation. In the relatively small nation of Myanmar, Yoma Bank ranks a distant fourth by the size of banks. To compete and to grow, they needed to maintain lean operations while providing a high customer experience. The Exadata adoption allowed them to not only reduce batch processing times from 13 hours down to 3 hours, but also reduced system administration cost by 30%, an incredible feat. We all know about Target, a leading retailer in US, and is another great story. Target had a complex environment spanning 350 systems, customized applications, and they wanted to roll out a strategic new service. They turned to Exadata, which enabled them to consolidate their infrastructure and quickly help develop their Target.com deliver from store service. Most importantly, right before the Christmas shopping season. We all may have stayed at Starwood, which operates over 8 brands of hotels, starting from St. Regis to Sheraton. They have a challenging data warehousing environment that is used for complex calculations, like to determine the room rates, member benefits, almost in real time across the globe. Adopting Exadata enables them to achieve over 6 times performance gain and over 200 times improvement in the speed of accessing their guests' reservation data. Now, when we think about life insurance, we associate it with trust, reliability, and availability. On the other side of the Pacific, Exadata is instrumental for New China Life Insurance to achieve those objectives through faster transaction processing and higher system availability. But let me pause here. Over the last few slides, we saw the real cases where Exadata has been impactful for our customers. We have over hundreds of such success stories across different industry verticals like shown here, and for organizations large and small across the globe. And interestingly, even though the industry verticals are different, and no matter in which vertical your business belongs to, when you adopt and install Exadata on your premises, you get the identically configured Exadata, which at this very moment is enabling the scalability of the telecom, availability of the banking, and the security of government organizations around the world. If you are not yet an Exadata customer or existing customer considering growth options, please connect with us and let us show you how Exadata on your premises can enable you to reduce your cost and help you run your operations more efficiently. Thank you.